Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends and my free-to-play series. It's been about a week since we last caught up with this account, and it's been quite an eventful week. We've got the Fusion event going on for Astralon, and as I said before, I wasn't ever going to go for Astralon, and I'm glad I made that decision early because I don't think there is any way this account could have achieved it. It is a beast of a fusion, given how deep into some of the events the champions that you require are this time. Thanks, Plarium, for that one. For my main, it's definitely still possible. I've made good progress and will definitely get Astralon, so I might do a quick little showcase of him once I've got that. But for this account, wasn't ever going to be possible, so I thought I might be able to do one or two of the epics. Turns out even just doing one was a challenge on this account. So I have now achieved it. I finally got the 4th champion that I needed this morning. So I've got all 4 champions. One is ascended and 4-star, just needs leveling. The other 3 are waiting to be ascended. So during this next week, I'm going to be using the days for the openings of the potion dungeons and the affinity dungeons and farming up the potions I need to ascend everybody, leveling them all up, making them all 4 stars, and then at the end of the week, there should be a champ chase alongside the next 2 times event, and that falls within the time for the fusion event, so I'll hold out for that probably, and then just grab the reward for fusing the epic while the champ chase is on. We've also got a decent number of epics. I'm saving these now for the 2 times, which will be next weekend, as I just said. But I'm going to pull the Sacred today. I don't want to wait another 3 weeks, and we do just still require champions. So I'll pull that at the end of this episode. But the one thing that having this really hard fusion has done for this account, it's kind of forced me to grind my way to some decent progression at long last. So the first thing that's happened, there was a champ training event or 2, and the champion that I needed was quite far into it. So I had to do a bunch of food making because this account just doesn't have high level champions lying around for me to 5-star or 6-star to get through these events easily like my main does. I just had to keep building food. And that has allowed me to finally 6-star my Elhain. Now, I'm probably at least 30 days later than I should be with 6-starring a champion if I was attempting to min-max this account and make my progression as quick as possible. It's very easy if you just concentrate on just doing your 6-star to do it within 10 days, probably even within 7 or 8 days at this point in the game, if you just concentrate on that. I didn't. As you can see, I have 6 level 50s, or I had 6 level 50s before I made a 60, and another set of level 40s behind that. And I've even used up some of the level 40s and 50s that I made right at the beginning of the game, obviously. Did manage to keep hold of my sniper. She's quite a useful nuker, even though she starts off as an uncommon 2-star. So did just keep hold of her, and I didn't burn any of my rares or my epics, even though some of them are terrible. So yeah, we have Elhain now. I've now got her onto crit damage gloves. So we've got a nice pair of crit damage gloves here for her. Not the best substats, but just that 65% crit damage plus because we don't have a crit damage amulet yet. If I finally get hold of one of those, she will really start doing some damage. Final stat wise, 22k hit points is low, but for this level of game is acceptable. 2.5k attack, low defense, as expected. Okay speed. It's nothing to write home about, but it could be worse considering the other stats I've got. Crit rate is low. Like, this needs another 20%, realistically, another 15% at minimum. But then the crit damage is pretty reasonable, especially with no amulet. So with it, once we get an amulet, we'll be pushing up towards 180, 190, depending on the amulet we get. So hopefully we can source one of those at some point. But she's doing nice damage now, which is good. And that has allowed us to move on. So we've progressed quite substantially in 2 areas of the game. The first is the campaign. I went into Brutal, and I actually used this to level Elhain. I got it to about level 30 with some potions, and then just brought her in here and started going through the campaign. And I probably went through all but maybe 10, maybe 5 of these first time. Occasionally, I would bring in Draconis just to provide her with a little bit of sustain for certain missions, and then I went back and just finished off the stars. But she went through this fairly easily as a 6-star with reasonable gear, and I can now farm 12-3 brutal without fail. She's yet to fail her 12-3 brutal, even when she gets the double bomb, she still passes. But it is a slow farm. Takes, like, that's my fastest. It usually takes 45 to 50 seconds per farm. So thank God for BlueStacks. I can just stick her on there, go away for 20 minutes, come back, and the food is done. So very, very much better. Now I can farm 12-3 on brutal rather than 12-3 on hard, which was just painful going. The other place that we've made significant improvement, largely thanks to Elhain, also partly thanks to Ugo, is in the arena. And as you can see, we're now in bronze 4, and we are almost at that bronze 1 marker, which is important because that would open up the next set of missions for me. So I have to be very discerning about which fights I take. And as you can see, it's kind of getting ridiculous. Like 100k team. What have we got down here? 83k team. So 59. That one may be doable. Because I'm faster than them, but if I didn't kill both of these, I would probably lose. So I have to, pick my fights carefully. Not going to rush it. I'm not losing tons of points on defense anymore. And the team that I'm running is Haikatoon in the lead. She's over 200 speed now. I think she's at 211, which for this level is pretty decent. Then we have Elhain and Talia, both on crit damage gloves. So their crit rate is a bit low, but they dish out really good damage between them. Talia is the slowest, and then we have Ugo, who does defense down and block buffs, which is really, really useful. So normally I can take out, so as long as I go first, I can usually take out the enemy damage dealer, and that's generally enough to win the fight. So that's been going a lot better, and it allowed me to go through, and I'm currently sitting pretty in 3rd place in the tournament. So I'm still trying to keep this going as well, because it would be very nice to get some more relentless gear on this account. And as you can see, one person is actually good at this, or has just put in a crap ton of time and money, and then the rest of us, there's 5 of us who are going to kind of fight it out for these positions. And I'm hoping that, since this was at 215, I believe, so I'm hoping that because of that, these other guys that are in this area will kind of stop where they are. And I've got 8 hours now tonight to try and get myself up, maybe to this one. If I can come second in here, that'd be great. So we'll see what I can do with that. So that's the progression I've made. Definitely moving on with the account, which is really nice. I feel a lot better about the account now, and the epic that we're going to fuse this coming week, we'll probably leave that till next weekend, and the event that's coming up next weekend, there will be a champ chase alongside the 2x Ancients event in a week's time, or starting next Friday. So I'll save actually fusing him till then, and just help myself get a few more rewards and bits and pieces and some resources. But in the meantime, when the affinity dungeons open up for potions, I'm going to be farming them each day, make sure I've ascended everyone, got everyone ready, and we can just go ahead and do the fusion before it runs out. Having the attack down and shields for the clan boss, hopefully that will move me up. I'm currently 2-keying normal, and hopefully that can push me up towards being able to do hard with the extra survivability that he'll bring alongside me. But what I really need for that is a poisoner. And so when we do have this 2x Ancients, I hopefully will have somewhere between 15 and 20 shards for that by next weekend. And I can just, if I can get a better poisoner than the one I've got that can reliably place poisons on the clan boss, that would make a huge difference to this account for the clan boss progression. So that's where we're at. as I said, we do have a sacred. Everything is gold, so let us head over to the portal and see what that sacred will bring us. Alright, little edit there just because I've learned from last time, just in case anything has gone wrong with the previous part of the video, I can then re-record that and I just have this separate. I'm learning, always learning. So let's just go ahead and pull this sacred. Everybody cross your fingers for me and hope at least for a solid epic. Please, please, please. Come on. It is an epic, and is Taurus good or is Taurus not good? So it becomes 4 2-turn poisons. Becomes unkillable for 2 turns. 100% chance of placing them. %75% chance of a weaken for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown, so 100% when booked. Heals by 20% of the damage inflicted if they're poisoned. So I guess if you get him fully masteried up with War Master, as long as that triggers off one of these while he's under his unkillable, he will fully heal himself off the clan boss. It's not an ideal pull, that's for sure. I need to go and do some research, see if he is actually useful in clan boss or not. It doesn't look like he'd be great for it. I'm not sure where he would be great. It's definitely a unique kit. But weaken and 4 poisons. I mean, it may be useful, but again, I don't really have the books for this guy. If they fall badly, it's 4, 9, 12 books. So I wouldn't be able to book him. Not really the pull I was hoping for, as per usual. Good thing we're maintaining the usual level of pulls that we're going to do. But that will do it for this one. As I say, we're off to work on my fusions over the next week and probably some more dungeon runs and seeing where else we can progress and seeing if we can finally hit that silver 1 and restart some of this, because we will have probably made it through quite a lot of this stuff automatically once we do. So hopefully I can get to silver 1 and we'll be able to move on a little bit in the missions as well. I will catch up with you guys in approximately a week's time. It might be a little bit less than a week because of that 2 times event and wanting to show off fusions and pulls in the 2 times ancients and the champ chase. So I will see you for that, and we will have a nice pull shard pulling stream next time. Hopefully you'll be around. Thanks as always for watching. Very much appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. You don't have to stick the notifications on, that will always bother you, but it would really help me out with doing this content for the future and getting me moved up the algorithms a little bit. But appreciate you being here and watching regardless. So I will see you in a week's time. Take care.